All right, Rambam. We're learning the laws of the Nazarites.
Cut my hair.
Huh?
Cut my hair.
You cut your hair? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Chapter 6. Yes. When the Nazarite drinks wine or eats a great product, even if he does so for many days, he does not invalidate even one of the days of the Nazarite vow. Similar, if he becomes impure, then he does. Similar principles apply if he shaved a minority of his head, whether intentionally or unintentionally. If, however, the majority of his head was shaved, whether with a razor or through other means, which is effective as a razor, and enough of his hairs to fold over their head to their base were removed, whether intentionally or unintentionally, even if thieves shaved off his head against his will, 30 days are invalidated. He must wait until he has uncut mane of hair. Afterwards, he counts the remaining days that are left for the 30 days or whatever he took upon himself. What is implied? So he says, a person took a Nazarite vow for 100 days, and after 20 days, the majority of his hair was shaved. He must wait 30 days until the hair on his head grows. After 30 days, he counts 8 days to complete the Nazarite vow.
Complete the 100.
How does he complete? It's only 8 plus 20. Throughout these 30 days, he must observe all the particular Nazarite laws, but the days are not counted as part of the Nazarite vow. Oh, 80 days. I'm sorry. I wrote 8. See, one letter makes a difference. 8 to 80. Interesting, right? 8, 80. 80 plus 20 is 100. Okay, that makes sense. Huh?
Always.
Oh, always. 20 and 80 always makes 100?
Did he prove otherwise?
Huh?
Did he prove otherwise?
I don't think so.
1 to 1, 2 to 1. So the early universe. Or 11. Or 11. Let's take this on these columns from trillion space. I'm just very excited right now.
Okay. So when the Nazarite contracted ritual purity stemming from the corpse, whether intentionally or unintentionally, even if non-Jews cause him to incur impurity against his will, all the days he observes are invalidated. So by drinking wine or wine product, the days are not invalidated. In other words, he observed 20 days. Those 20 days are kept, right? Now he has to wait 30 days because he shaved his head, right? Because 3 things that the Nazarite can't do: drink wine, cut his hair, or become impure, right?
Mhm.
So now you're allowed to do it. The question is, what happens if you did do it, right? Does it invalidate your vow, right? Remember, it's a vow people took to fulfill the Nazarite obligation, right? So again, if he cut his hair, so he has to wait 30 days, but it doesn't invalidate the 20 days that, let's say, he already observed.
He needs 80 out of it.
And he needs another 80, exactly.
70.
But here, if you became impure, and others, you came in contact with a corpse, it invalidates those days. So you have to start all over from the beginning. That's the difference. Right? He must perform shaving required for impurity, bring the sacrifices arising from impurity, and begin the count of days from the Nazarite anew. He has to start it anew, not like shaving his hair. This is what the verse says, and in Parshas also a few weeks ago. The first days will fall, right? Coming in contact with a corpse, right? They will fall, meaning that they fall away from the count and you need to start again.
Question.
Yes.
If it becomes impure, all the days are invalidated, but does his vow remain as a Nazarite, or does he have to?
Yeah. Vow's a vow. You have to fulfill your vow. Yeah, that's not a question. The question is, you did what you're not supposed to do, willfully, unwillfully, doesn't matter. That's not the point over here, right? The fact is, you became impure, right? It invalidates everything you did till now. That's the point.
The vow.
But if you drank wine, it didn't invalidate everything you did till now. That's a distinction. That's the point of the Rambam, right? Now, when you invalidate, it means, first of all, you have to bring a sacrifice for the invalidation. It's not a sacrifice for it's not a sacrifice for fulfilling your vow. It's for the invalidation because you became impure. You have to bring a sacrifice now, right? And you have to start your count anew. So let's say you had 100 days. You took upon yourself to be a Nazarite, and you went through 60 days, 70 days, 99 days, all zero. Start again. Okay. If he contracted impurity on the day after he completed the Nazarite vow, the day on which he would bring the sacrifices associated with the completion of the Nazarite vow, impurity, had he not become impure, he invalidates only 30 days. So the day out, there's 100 days, he did the 101st day, he has to be pure because he has to bring sacrifices that day, right? To fulfill his Nazarite commitment. And you have to do that in purity. Now he became impure. So he doesn't have to do the 100 days, but he has to do the minimum because the minimum is 30 days. That's the minimum time period. I'm not exactly certain. I don't understand the rationale behind it.
I have to put up the 30 days.
No, yeah. So what should he do? He must bring sacrifices arising from impurity when he becomes pure and perform the shaving required for impurity. He then observes Nazarite laws for 30 days. He performs the shaving associated with the completing of the Nazarite vow and impurity and brings the appropriate sacrifice. If he contracts ritual impurity from blood, of any of the sacrifices that were sprinkled upon him, none of these days are invalidated. That doesn't invalidate. Instead, he should bring the remainder of the sacrifice associated with completing the Nazarite vow, impurity, after he regains ritual impurity. Because just that's not coming in contact with the corpse, right? The impurity was about coming in contact with a dead person. Here it's because the blood of an animal that makes you need.
You don't have to eat it?
That's not about it's not about the eating. It's about what's his status, you know. So since it's not a corpse, it's blood from an animal. So then he just that day goes to the mikvah, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Okay. Number 5. If he contracted his ritual impurity on the following day, the day which he is fit for him to begin letting his hair grow, and he had shaven his hair after the completion of the vow, he does not invalidate anything, even though he did not shave yet, for he has completed the Nazarite vow and everything associated with it. Okay, we're going to stop over here. Thank you, folks.